Welcome back to the show, everyone. Of course, there was a little program on last night watched by somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 billion people, including the four of us.
Absolutely, and everybody likes to dish on what people were wearing during the Oscars. We're joined now by style expert Rebecca Tay and Martin Hillier, international hair designer from the Lounge Hair Studio. How are you both?
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Nice to see you. It's always a big decision what you're going to wear before you diss what other people wear, isn't it?
But you guys both look great.
You both look wonderful, by the way.
And Martin, we're going to start with your best. Tell us who you thought did well on the carpet.
Hayley Steinfeld, new 14-year-old. I thought she looked amazing. Apparently, she helped with the design of the dress as well.
Yeah,
and cool. It's funny that it had sort of a ballet length and a ballet theme, even though that was what she was against.
Right? You know? Yeah, that's true.
But I thought it was great, like 60s little hairdo, like
and so age
50s
appropriate.
Dress.
And she looked fantastic.
That's the thing. That's the thing, and that's why I chose my next one, which is Helen Mirren, because when you look at 14 and then you look at 60 odd. The woman is bloody amazing.
She is otherworldly. I want to be like her when I grow up.
And that's the thing. If you're going to climb that ladder and you're going to get on that slide, start where Hayley did and then end up where she is, and you're going to be marvellous.
Attainable goals.
Are you talking about aging and starting at the top of the ladder and sliding rapidly
Well, hopefully
down?
you're going to be at the Oscars every year if you're any sort of decent actor or actress. So, you know...
And Celine Dion, we can't not have an Oscar Awards without her, but she did look fantastic.
I thought on the red carpet, you know, what she wore for singing, fine, but this, I mean, for a woman who's just had twins, you know, I thought she just pulled it together. The hair, the clothes, the makeup, it was simple, it just looked classy.
How much of it for you is that combination? Because, I mean, being a professional stylist, how much of it goes into the whole look?
Oh, it is. That's what everybody should do. I mean, it's like people that go to Ascot and they wear a great big frock, a hat, and they got the hair.
Oh, I hate when that happens, Martin.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever I'm at Ascot.
You got to remember. No,
now, Rebecca, we're going to turn to you for your top three on the red carpet, starting with one who was my worst, Cate Blanchett.
Oh, I thought she looked so amazing. I know that her dress was very kind of male unfriendly. I think everybody who loved it was people who were kind of like more into the avant-garde, who really loved the Givenchy that she wore. Loved the
It's people in the fashion industry that love this dress. I thought she looked like a Teletubby.
Yeah, there was a certain, like, it looks like there should be something in the middle. Like, I don't know what it is, but
I think it's kind of her whole package. She's got that posh English accent. She just always looks so poised.
Gotta love that.
Bloody hell, yes. I have to say, because this was not my favorite, but I think if that dress had been on anyone else, it would have been even more of a disaster. She's one of the few people that could actually
she's so beautiful.
kind of wear it as well.
She can wear anything and look amazing.
Now, I think we all agreed on Mila Kunis.
Oh, yes. Mila Kunis was definitely one of my favorite. Nobody else really wore that color, which I was surprised by. I was a little worried when she was presenting that there was going to be malfunction, definitely. And
See,
I was
that's what I liked about this dress. Is it towed that fine line between maybe falling off but somehow staying up.
She looked so amazing. I think just the color, the package of the hair being off her face with the little frills.
And
amazing.
The fact that she managed to mix that avant-garde with sort of a classic look as well. I always find
exactly.
That,
it was. I like that sort of. I think that everybody should be wearing a long dress on the red carpet. I saw a few short, which I was surprised by, but it was very modern and youthful and young and
sort of a Greco-Roman and the lacy, very fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, Michael, we want to know yours. Who are your favorites?
I really liked. She got bumped off my list for Halle Berry, but you and I had this in common. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yes.
I thought that first gold dress that she wore on the red carpet was an incredible dress. Can you remember who was the designer of that one?
It was Calvin Klein.
Yeah, that's a crazy beautiful dress.
She just looks so polished.
She looks like the Oscar, though, to me. Like she looks like the guy standing behind her.
I think it's a red gold with a blonde-haired woman. That's like one of those fashion don'ts usually, right? But the fact that she did
it works with her. It kind of goes with that whole spring minimalist nude trend that's going on right now. It reminds me a little bit of what she wore back in the Brad Pitt days. There was one year that she went with the very straight hair and the very kind of minimalist look. But
and the other one that I'd like to point out is maybe Jennifer Lawrence.
She was one of my tops for sure.
She was wearing a classic red Ralph Lauren, and I think maybe the perfect woman.
I think it was Calvin Klein, wasn't it?
Oh,
yes,
no.
It was also Calvin Klein.
Oh, was it Calvin Klein? Okay, I thought
red was huge this year.
There was so much red.
It's huge.
Red. Well, the red women were my favorite because Jennifer Hudson, of course, look at them all. I mean, red was the biggest color of the night. I think Sandra Bullock, Anne Hathaway, when she first hit the carpet, she was in red. Penelope Cruz had a baby last week.
But she was actually on my worst, I have to say.
Was she? See, I love her so much. I can't hate a thing she does. She is so beautiful.
I am glad that she wore her hair down because she always wears her hair in this ridiculous like top knots to any awards show, and she looks kind of uptight, whereas she looks amazing, kind of that
Just wore it down.
Latina beauty.
Wear it
super
down,
sexy.
but wear it dressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can we move on to the really fun category, which is always the worst? Martin, let's start with you. Who's your first worst?
Scarlett Johansson. I just, you know.
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't.
See, Mike liked Scarlett Johansson.
I like her, but it just wasn't coming together for me. Her dress looked great. Look at that hair.
What is that? It looks like she just got out of bed doing a certain activity with somebody of the opposite gender.
This is what I find appealing about it.
But that's why I'm saying that, like, the whole thing has to come together. The dress was absolutely stunning. Why would you finish it? And I know there's messy hair, but there's good messy hair and there's just messy hair.
That was really messy.
And that was just messy.
And you didn't like Kate Blanchett. We all agreed on, well, except for Rebecca.
Except for Rebecca.
Her hair was fabulous.
Yes, it was.
There was so much going on around here. I didn't know, and you were bullseyed into that middle area of nothingness. I just don't know what was it. But I mean,
I don't know either. I don't know what was happening there.
Except like a super tiny waist. Look how skinny she looks.
Yeah, but I couldn't take my eye off the circle in the middle. I couldn't get down to the waist.
Yeah, we're not debating her personal beauty. It's just I don't know whether the dress was my favorite.
Now, Nicole Kidman, Martin, as a professional, what did you think of her hair?
Stunning.
No, you liar.
No, I think the word was stunned because the dress was absolutely couture. It was amazing, and then she did. It was a ponytail with those little like sharp points in the front. I just don't know. There was just an elastic band in the back. Why bother when you're going to put that much dress on?
I didn't really like the dress.
I thought she looked like a vase.
Well, I got Little Mermaid out of it.
Yeah, but there was no flowers in it.
Martin Hillier. Last but not least, you didn't like Gayle King. Oprah's going to kill you.
I know. It was just like, this woman is so well known and they do so much on fashion. And then she had this, I don't think the green suited her because they cover that sort of stuff so much. You've really got to go. Oprah, on the other hand, looked amazing in that dress when she came out. She's a busty woman. She looked amazing.
Yeah.
Some people are
didn't notice.
Some people are saying that Banksy was actually hiding in Oprah's bra. And Rebecca, we're going to turn to your professional opinion on the worst. You also agreed Scarlett Johansson?
Yes, I hated it. She did not look put together at all, and I also didn't really like the dress on her. It was kind of a wrong color, I thought, for her skin tone. Nicole Kidman, I thought, looked awful. On the red carpet, she said her dress was comfortable, which it didn't look. And I just thought it was so boring.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman's didn't look, and she didn't look comfortable in it. And I think that's sometimes what happens, right? You see people that just don't look like they're kind of owning the dress.
And Keith Urban looked so bored next to her, and I felt like the whole ensemble, the whole couple, everything about those two was boring.
I thought he was doing a James Franco impression.
No, I didn't like Penelope. I know that she just had a baby, so I shouldn't be mean, but I just thought the dress drew more attention, actually. Like, she looked so glamorous in there.
Yeah.
I thought the color was nice, the dark red, but there was just too much going on with those sequins or those sparkles.
I see what you mean in past Oscars. She's always got the
crazy bun.
I like it.
Gotta love a crazy bun. It's better than a
She's
ponytail.
She's just got so much hair, though, that the bun is like bigger than her
Miss Forbes, you had a special honorable mention.
My
for
honorable
worst.
mention for the worst was Christian Bale's beard. Now, we were trying to figure this thing out because it was so huge and so menacing that I thought when he got to the stage that he was actually going to take it off and reveal that it was fake and there was going to be something under there. It was so...
Rebecca, I love that your most appalling part of it was red.
You've got to hope it's for a part he's going to be playing or something, because it's just otherwise it's a bit too much.
It felt like a playoff beard. Like
he lost his... Did you know? Because he lost his wife's name in it.
I know.
In the beard.
He didn't lose her name.
No, he choked up. He was
choked up. But so many people are giving him flack now.
Kids' names either. It's hard to remember your wife's name.
And your children. God.
I mean, that is not an easy thing to do.
Michael, who's your worst?
Wife? I can't remember who my worst were. I know I had Kate Blanchett on there and Melissa Leo. I didn't like hers. I didn't. It was too it had a weird color.
It was very boring, and I think everybody knew she was going to win because she won the SAG and also the Golden Globe. But it was just too.
Very busy.
Yeah.
Very busy.
Very busy.
Well, you guys, thank you. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us. And
thanks so much, you guys.
And surviving the Oscars. Because wow, that was 3 hours.
It was a long
It was
haul.
tame. It was very tame.
It was too tame.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we return.